We'll be out of here.
Call this meeting to order. This is a town council regular meeting. And Betsy, you want to do roll call?
I'll do that for you. We have Councilor Flax, Councilor Antipas, Councilor Barber, Councilor Delacruz, Councilor Grimm, Councilor Nault, and Councilor Watson present. And Councilor Morton and Councilor Perazzotti did inform the council the last meeting that they were not going to be here.
Great, thank you. We'll do the salute to the flag. I'm going to lead the salute to the flag.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There is one proclamation. Yes. Harry, do you mind reading it?
Sure. I believe the person's actual birthday is tomorrow. I looked at this earlier.
17 August.
But I will read this. This is a proclamation celebrating Elsie Marie Wilson. Whereas Elsie Marie Wilson was born to her parents, Marie Bailey and William Bryan, on a plantation in Edisto Island of South Carolina, and on August 17, 1916. And whereas, having lost her mother to hypertension, little Elsie was raised by her aunt Georgiana Bailey, and whereas Georgie secured a job in the Charleston home of Charles and Julia Althaus of New York, spending summers with the Althouses in Weequahic, Rhode Island, Stonington Borough, and Mystic, Connecticut, whereas Elsie married Lawrence Wilson on September 28, 1940, by Reverend Adam Clayton Powell, Jr. at the, boy, you got me in all these here, at Abyssinian Baptist Church in Harlem. After getting to know Lawrence during their first 3 summers in Rhode Island and Connecticut, and whereas Elsie and Sony made their home in the Wilson family residence at 273 High Street, Mystic, Connecticut, having 4 children, Gloria, Joyce, and twins Lawrence III and Ronald, and grandchildren Brett, Shannon, Jillian, and Lawrence IV. Whereas Elsie and Sony were able to celebrate 57 years of marriage before Sony passed away in 1997, and whereas Elsie continues to bring joy to her family, friends, neighbors, and the staff at the Groton Regency Center, now therefore be it resolved that the Groton Town Council joins with the residents of the entire town of Groton in wishing Elsie Marie Wilson a very happy 100th birthday, and it's dated tomorrow, Groton, Connecticut, and signed by Bruce Flax, Mayor of the town of Groton.
Thank you, Harry. There is nobody signed up for citizens' petitions. Good. So,
I'd like to move the consent calendar.
perfect.
Second.
We have a motion to move the consent calendar by Councilor Watson, and a second by Councilor De La Cruz. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? That passes 7-0. Right, 7? Communication reports, Councilor Antibas?
Yes, I received an email, which I think we probably all did, from Mr. Potter regarding the planning department. And he has certain observations and concerns that I think he's shared with all of us. And I think that's it.
Thank you. Councilor Barber?
I have nothing to report this week.
Councilor Perazzotti, anything to report?
I'm glad to be here, but nothing to report.
Councilor Watson?
I have nothing to report.
Councilor Grimm?
I have nothing either to report.
Councilor Nault?
I volunteered at the art festival for the Submarine Century booth that was set up by Mayor Galbraith. And we had people there from 10 till 6 both days, and we sold a lot of things to
Great.
support the Groton sale. And
Super.
it was very hot.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for your service, for your time. Councilor De La Cruz?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Actually, we spoke at the high school last night for the, it's the fall sports night. Basically, Community Speaks Out went there and spoke. It was probably about 250 students. It's great to see. I think the booster is making a real big push because they see that the funding for the sports is getting cut. They can kind of see the way it's going. So they're really trying to make a push. So anybody that wants to volunteer for the booster, the Fitch booster, they're asking for all and any volunteers. They can use all the help they can get. Wednesday, 6 to 8 at the Groton Library tomorrow night is a Community Speaks Out meeting, our monthly meeting, so anyone's invited to that. And this Saturday on the 20th, I'm going to be announcing the city versus town in a friendly game of softball.
You might have company up there.
I will have company, I heard.
So-
The voice of 94.9. That I welcome it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so hopefully everyone comes out.
Thank you.
Did you know what time the
Oh,
game?
it's 4:30.
It
I'm
is
sorry.
for sure.
I should have said that.
There's gonna be
4:30 this Saturday.
gonna be some great raffle prizes for people who don't know. It's the town versus the city police. There's the second or third annual. They're raising money to for a scholarship fund for somebody from one of the high schools in the town, excuse me, who's interested in law enforcement. And so I know they have some great raffle items, including an autographed Big Poppy framed picture, and tickets and gift cards to Foxwoods, among other things.
When is this?
It is Saturday
This Saturday.
at 4:30. And I know that the LC
Washington
is
Park.
playing for the town, and I know that Ariel Cooper is playing for the city, and she's the softball coach for the state champion girls softball team. It's gonna be a great game, great day. Everyone should come out and celebrate this great
that
event.
Fitch?
Thanksgiving. No, it's at Washington Park.
Washington Park.
Yep. So, I don't have much to report either. Got some emails from some citizens about some issues that I forwarded on to Mark with regards to police reports and construction of, or the U-Haul facility on 184. And I think that was it. So, that's it. Yeah,
I
Jim.
actually forgot to plug a game. Community Speaks Out is actually hosting a charity softball tournament in October 1st and 2nd. So anyone that wants to, if anybody had a loved one that they lost, we're gonna hope to have 12 teams, and we already have 5 of the teams, but if anyone lost a family member to addiction, we're gonna put the name of the person on the back and whatever age they passed away at, like, so one person will be like number 40. And actually one of the folks that, you'll see them when you come. But it should be pretty neat. So they're gonna, and we're gonna have different things at the place too. I think the pizza, the person that's there all the time at all our events with the pizza, Bridge Market will be there, and
Good.
should be good.
Very good. Clerk, are they represented at town meeting?
Well, thank you. Clerk, the RTM met at their last meeting August 10th, where they accepted the ordinance appropriating $184,500,000 for the design and construction of the Groton 2020 plan. So that was a 24 in favor, 4 opposed vote. So the ordinance is being prepared to go to the referendum. The notice of passage will be in August 18th, New London Day, which is required by charter. And if the council would like explanatory text and so forth, and a question on the ballot, you'll do that later, I think.
Great. Is that it? Clerk of the council?
Actually, I'm just going to report something that I think is just noteworthy. The Groton Animal Control Officers have begun a door-to-door campaign, and they are distributing a notice to dog owners who aren't licensed. So they have, I've mentioned to you before, they have a printout. Well, they have access to the dog program, but they have a printout of delinquent dogs, people that had registered last year. So as they're going around town, they can see someone who, you can appear that, their yard looks like they have a dog or something, or they see somebody with a dog, and they're not on their list, so they give them one of these. And it's telling them the law. And also, there is a fine, a $75 fine if your dog is not licensed, and they can actually collect that. So
Great.
we've seen an uptick of registrations since they started this a couple weeks ago.
Very good.
So
And there
it's
was a rabid skunk right on your street while you were gone.
That's what I heard.
It's a good time to be away, Councilor Quinn. Mark?
Sure. just a couple of things. I think it was 2 weeks ago, we had a brief discussion about folks' availability over the next couple of weeks. And we do have a committee of the whole meeting scheduled, regular committee of the whole meeting for next week. Based on my notes from that discussion a couple of weeks ago, I believe there are 3 counselors that will be out and possibly a fourth counselor that won't be here. What I have was Deb, Diane, Dean, and possibly Karen would be out. So I just need some direction by the end of tonight, whether or not you want to meet next week, or do you want to cancel the meeting. One alternative possibly would be, if you don't meet next week, we could have a special committee of the whole on the 6th of September before the town council meeting. I'm not quite sure. I haven't had a chance to check to see what business may be coming to the appointments committee. I know you wanted to work on your procedures at some point, but that would be one possibility. We have nothing urgent.
So there's no big urgent business, and if we didn't meet the 23rd, the 30th is the 5th Tuesday, so we wouldn't meet then. And then we would have a special meeting before the 6th.
Still it?
Is everybody good with that?
That's fine.
Everybody?
Yes.
Done?
The appointments
Yeah.
can wait another month.
Okay. There you go. No meeting on the 23rd.
Also, I put in front of you a notice. I'm going to be out of the office starting next Friday. Cindy Landry will be the acting town manager while I'm out of the office. And you do have in your weekly status report yet another sub-century event, which is a sub-box derby, which is coming up in September. I believe it's September 4th. Should be a great event. It's going to be at Washington Park, really Mitchell Street. The sub boxes will be racing, and hopefully it will be a nice day, and everybody can come out and participate, or at least watch the race. And that's all I have.
Great.
It doesn't say what time it is. I guess you go to the website.
If you get there at 6 in the morning, you won't.
No, hold on, let's see here.
Got a Facebook site.
It's at 9 a.m. to from 9 a.m., it's in the write-up, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Wow.
What's the biggest engine you put in it?
No engine.
No engine.
2 holes in the
So
floor.
you're out, right? If there's no engine, you're not in.
There should be an engine.
Feet,
No.
feet.
It's called gravity, right?
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
Council Delacruz with a box over his Harley.
Look up soapbox derby. You'll see no
I
engine.
want to win though.
Councilor Antipus, can you take, I'm sorry, committee reports. Any committee?
I do.
Yeah, Hill?
I have
Yeah, go ahead.
personnel, because there's a lot of things on our agenda tonight, a lot of appointments. Personnel Appointments Committee, we met on the 2nd at the Town Hall Annex, began at 6 o'clock. Council Perizzotti, Morton, Delacruz, myself, the Town Manager, Mark Oppinger, and Town Clerk Betsy McCauser were here. There were 2 Republicans on our agenda. First moved by Councilor Morton, actually there was more than that, and seconded by Councilor Delacruz to reappoint Juna Sutphin to Inland Wetlands, Eleanor Schoolcraft to Community Development Advisory Committee. That passed 4-0. Todd Brady was present for an interview, and after discussion, Councilor Perizzotti and first by Councilor Perizzotti and seconded by Councilor Delacruz to reappoint him to the HDC. This was unanimous also. Democrat, there was a motion by Councilor Perizzotti, seconded by Councilor Morton, to reappoint Robert Frink to the Housing Authority. That was unanimous. Another Democrat, Hal Zod, was present, and after discussion, Councilor Perizzotti moved and seconded by Councilor Delacruz to appoint from an alternate to a regular member. That was 4-0. And there was one unaffiliate, Paul Filippetti, who was also endorsed by the Democratic Town Committee. Councilor Delacruz moved it, second by Councilor Perizzotti, and that passed unanimously. We also had a discussion on the appointment policy, and suggestions were talked about, and I took upon myself to try to put the suggestions together for further discussion at the next meeting, which sounds like it's going to be October. We adjourned at 7 o'clock. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilor Antipas, can you take up new business 0209?
Certainly. A referral 2016-0209, resolution disbanding the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Committee. Whereas the Town Council established the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Committee, otherwise known as the EECC, which succeeded the Task Force for Climate Change and Sustainable Community on November 1st, 2011, and whereas the EECC provided significant input in the town's current plans for ongoing energy efficiency and conservation projects, and developed the first Town of Groton municipal energy policy that was accepted and approved by the Town Council to guide sustainability in the area of energy. And whereas the EECC raised the community's awareness of and prompted the town's action in energy conservation and management by recommending the creation of a sustainability manager position in the town. And whereas the town greatly appreciates the EECC's commitment over the last 4.5 years to highlighting areas in which the town can effectively reduce energy consumption, costs, and greenhouse gas emissions related to this energy use. And whereas the energy reduction and conservation efforts are now self-sustaining with multiple projects being pursued by the town, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Council is formally disbanding the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Committee, effective immediately, and be it further resolved that the Town Council extends its heartfelt thanks to the members of the committee, fully recognizing their contributions to the town in the areas of energy efficiency and conservation. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilor Antipas, a second by Councilor Nault. Any discussion here? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That passes 7-0. And Councilor Watt, do you want to move all of these?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just read all these names in my minutes, but I will move 7 people. First of all, all these people are volunteers on all these commissions, and some of them we talk to, some of them we haven't. We don't talk to everybody, but just the fact that these people are wanting to step forward and serve our town in a volunteer position is admirable, and I'll just say that to start out. So the first one is an appointment of Hal Zod as a regular member from an alternate member to the Planning Commission, which will expire 12/31/18. The second one is reappointment of Todd Brady to the Historic District Commission, which will expire 12/31/20. Reappointment of Eleanor Schoolcraft to the Community Development Advisory Committee to expire 2/7/19. There's a reappointment of Eunice Sutphin to the Inland Wetlands Agency for a term expiring 12/31/17. Reappointment of Robert Frink to the Housing Authority for a term going to expire 7/31/21. An appointment of Paul Filippetti to the Housing Authority, a term expiring 7/31/18. Appointment of Karen Sherman to the Community Development Advisory Committee for a term expiring 2/7/19. And I will move all 7 as a group.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilor Watson and a second by Councilor Perizzotti to move all 7 at once. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That passes 7-0. 8-0. Thank you, Town Clerk.
Move to adjourn.
No.
Second.
I have some referrals.
Is that
I don't, she can
Still on a new
do whatever you
business.
want.
Under new business.
there's no new business on the
Agenda.
agenda?
Other business under the agenda.
That's what we just
Yes,
said.
it was. It was for the one that we just read about the energy
Let's just do
conservation.
it.
All right, good.
I was told to bring it the last meeting, so, I've got a copy I've got 2 of them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep.
I got my.
When we got sworn in, I'll do the first one, is we decided to wait for soliciting a new town attorney, and it's been many years that the town's been with that same firm. And even though we get good rates, I think the perception that we solicit business from the same firm doesn't look good. And the town's business should be open to fair practices and bids from other firms in the town, just like when we purchase items. We go out to bid, so should we with the town attorney. And I'd like to move this referral.
Is there any, go ahead, Dan.
Just currently, right now, the town attorney is still tied to the charter. So as far as this referral is concerned, there really is, it's a non-negotiable item as far as my personal opinion right now, until or unless the charter is changed. True? Am I misspoken?
Well, the charter indicates when you should make the appointment of the town attorney, which is within a certain number of days of when the council is seated. So, yes, I think if you found that the town attorney was doing something wrong or whatever, I would like to think you have the ability to make a different appointment, but I don't believe that's the spirit in which this referral is being made.
Agreed. So just so we understand, as of right now, that is something that the Charter Revision Commission is discussing, but currently, because we made the movement that we did when we were all originally elected, this particular item, unless there is some negligence on their side, I don't know if I could personally support this referral at this particular stage. I would say it's something that would need to be brought up again if the charter changes or if there's a new body.
Councilor Antibus?
Yes. We can't have a lot of discussion on this item right now because it's not really pending before us. The question is whether or not the council supports a referral, likely to the committee of the whole. I would support a referral because on the basis of my understanding of this, that what we're really looking to do is not so much deal with the timing, when, whether, to keep, let go, et cetera. The core of this would have to be the development of an RFP, because hiring a lawyer is not like finding, getting the cheapest pencils from Office Max or Staples. We'd have to develop a competent RFP, and I understand the referral to be the beginning of the process
That's exactly
of
what I
developing
want.
that, so that when the time comes, whenever that
Exactly.
is, whether there's a change in the charter, we would have something in writing, a process that we've developed for that. And on that basis, I would support a referral for the exploration.
Or
of that.
after the next election. Because we
Whenever.
weren't, if we were wanting to do that last time, we weren't anywhere near prepared and probably couldn't have done it in the 6
Right,
weeks.
that's how I view this referral. Not dealing with current council, but just having a written council policy in place, something developed, so that should we want to, we
That's
don't have to.
exactly what I was
Should we want
looking
to, we have the ability.
Councilor De La Cruz?
Yeah, I would say, I think this is the charter revision question to me. And even if they don't extend a term on the council in the charter revision, if they think that was proper, that it should be, this council would appoint, they would come in with a town attorney that was appointed for the full year. So you're not, you're forcing a decision after 2 months after getting elected. And we could have there could be all new people sitting here next time and say, we don't want one, or we didn't know where the other council was going. So I think it would be best that they just change the date and moved it forward to, you get elected in January, you come in January, your first meeting, and then you'd have till that next January to do that RFP. And then that would kind of give you time to get briefed on all the lawsuits that are happening, on everything that's going on, because it's overwhelming when you first come on, even, for a new council, and it's a new council every time, pretty much, so.
So we're going to look at strictly about deciding whether to move this referral forward as it's written. As I understand it, to Councilor Antipas's point, it's not written to say we should get the RFP process going in order to have it ready should we, for the next incoming council. So if there's a referral that's written to that point, I would be more apt to support it than the way this one is written. So I think that you can look at rewriting it to that point, and then we can talk about it again.
Okay, I'd be happy to do that. And the other one is, I've asked for this before at a previous meeting, but I would like to get a list of every parcel the town of Groton owns. and all the, including the open space.
So is this just a request to the town manager to say you're looking for
Yeah.
this list? Or is this
Or
some kind of
from-
referral that you want to have discussion about?
No, just I'd like a list from the town manager,
Okay, so you can just.
or the department heads.
Yeah. Sounds to me like you can just email, and you can reach out to him
Okay.
and try to get that from him. And then,
No,
yeah,
I move we adjourn.
Second?
we are adjourned.